Curve 3 in the above diagram represents a dilatant fluid, B pseudoplastic fluid, C ideal plastic, D none of these. The correct answer is pseudoplastic fluid. What is the ratio of total kinetic energy of fluid passing per second to the value obtained on the basis of average velocity for laminar flow through a circular pipe? A 0.5, B 1, C 1.5, D 2. The correct answer is 2. The line traced by a single fluid particle as it moves over a period of time is called line. A stream, B path, C equipotential, D none of these. The correct answer is path. The pressure head on sudden contraction in a horizontal pipe is converted into the head. A elevation, B velocity, C both A B, D neither A nor B. The correct answer is velocity. A stream tube is that which has cross-section entirely bounded by stream lines. A circular, B any convenient, C a small, D a large. The correct answer is any convenient. Colebrook equation for friction factor in turbulent flow is given by. It reduces to Nikuradse equation for a value of equal to A 0, B 1, C, D 0.5. The correct answer is 1. The unit of velocity head is A feet pound sec, B feet pound feet 3, C feet lbf pound, D feet lbf sec. The correct answer is feet lbf pound. Which of the following properties of a fluid is responsible for offering resistance to shear? A surface tension, B viscosity, C specific gravity, D all A, B and C. The correct answer is viscosity. Erosion and pits formation on the impeller of a centrifugal pump may be due to A cavitation, B low speed of impeller, C its operation with delivery valve closed for considerable time after starting the pump, D off-centering of pump with motor. The correct answer is cavitation. The velocity profile exhibited by laminar flow of Newtonian fluids is such that the velocity distribution w.r.t radius of the circular pipe is a n with the apex at the center line of the pipe. A hyperbola, B parabola, C semicircle, D semi-ellipse. The correct answer is parabola. A rotameter works on the principle of pressure drop. A constant, B variable, C both A B, D neither A nor B. The correct answer is constant. The effect of solid boundary on the fluid flow is confined to the boundary layer except for fluids. A having high viscosities, B moving at low velocities, C both A B, D neither A nor B. The correct answer is both A B. The excess of the sum of pressure velocity heads over the vapor pressure of the liquid at the suction is called the A static submergence, B net positive suction head NPSH, C cavitation sensitivity, D priming. The correct answer is net positive suction head NPSH. Piezometric head is the sum of the heads. A elevation kinetic energy, B elevation pressure, C kinetic energy pressure, D none of these. The correct answer is elevation pressure. Propellers are A axial flow mixers, B low speed impeller, C used for mixing liquids of high viscosity, D radial flow mixers. The correct answer is axial flow mixers. Which of the following is not an advantage of fluidization from transfer operation point of view? A intimate contact of the fluid with all parts of the solid particles, B lower fluid pumping power requirement, C. Minimization of temperature variation. D. Prevention of particle segregation. The correct answer is lower fluid pumping power requirement. Up to what value of Mach number a fluid may be considered as incompressible? A. 0.03, B. 0.3, C. 3, D. 10. The correct answer is 0.3. The head developed by a centrifugal pump is largely determined by the A. Power of the pump, B. Nature of the liquid being pumped, C. Angle of the vanes and the speed of the tip of the impeller, D. Vapor pressure of the liquid. The correct answer is angle of the vanes and the speed of the tip of the impeller. Pick out the wrong statement. A. Greater is the kinematic viscosity of the liquid, greater is the thickness of the boundary layer. B. Blowers develop a maximum pressure of 2 atmospheres. C. Friction losses in pipe fittings are generally expressed in terms of velocity heads. D. Fanning friction factor in case of turbulent flow of liquids in pipe depends upon relative roughness Reynolds number. The correct answer is friction losses in pipe fittings are generally expressed in terms of velocity heads. Flow rate of high-velocity flue gas discharged through a stack to the atmosphere can be most conveniently measured by A. Pitot tube, B. Manometer, C. Rotameter, D. None of these. The correct answer is Pitot tube. Potential flow is the flow of A. Compressible fluids with shear, B. Compressible fluids with no shear, C. Incompressible fluids with shear, D. Incompressible fluids with no shear. The correct answer is incompressible fluids with no shear. The value of critical Reynolds number for pipe flow is A. 1300, B. 10,000, C. 100 S000, D. None of these. The correct answer is 1300. Mach number is important in a fluid flow problem when the inertia and forces predominate. A. Elastic, B. Viscous, C. Gravity, D. None of these. The correct answer is elastic. Fanning friction factor is equal to here B Blassius friction factor. A. FB4, B. FB2, C. 4 FB, D. 2 FB. The correct answer is FB4. In case of cut flow, the fluid flow is between two large flat parallel plates with A. Top plate moving and the bottom plate fixed, B. Bottom plate moving and the top plate fixed, C. Both the plates fixed, D. Both the plates moving. The correct answer is top plate moving and the bottom plate fixed. In a stabilized soap bubble, pressure inside it compared to external pressure is A. More, B. Less, C. Same, D. Unpredictable. The correct answer is more. The component of acceleration resulting due to unsteady nature of flow is called acceleration. A. Normal, B. Local, C. Convective, D. Tangential. The correct answer is local. Power required for mixing Newtonian fluids is a function of the A. Speed of impeller, diameter of impeller, viscosity, B. Density, viscosity of fluid only, C. Density of fluid, viscosity of fluid, impeller dia only, D. None of these. The correct answer is none of these. Multistage compressors are used in industry because they A. Reduce the cost of compressor, B. Reduce the size requirement, C. Resemble closely to isothermal compression, D. Are easy to control. The correct answer is resemble closely to isothermal compression. The hydrodynamic and thermal boundary layers will merge when A. Prandtl number is 1, B. Schmidt number tends to infinity, C. Nusselt number tends to infinity. D. Archimedes number is greater than 10,000. The correct answer is Prandtl number is 1. Differential manometer measures the A. Atmospheric pressure, B. Subatmospheric pressure, C. Pressure difference between 2 points, D. None of these. The correct answer is pressure difference between 2 points. For a stable equilibrium of a submerged body where G and B are centers of gravity buoyancy respectively, AG is above B, BB is above G, CB coincide, D. None of these. The correct answer is B is above G. With increase in the ratio of orifice diameter to pipe diameter in case of an orificemeter, the overall pressure loss A decreases, B increases, C remains constant, D increases linearly. The correct answer is remains constant. The vent valve provided in a liquid handling centrifugal pump is A. Generally a needle valve, B. Used to release any gases that might be vapor locking the pump, C. Helpful in easy removal of samples, D. All A and B and C. The correct answer is all A and B and C. The discharge through a semicircular valve varies as where H head of liquid AH, BH2, CH32, DH12. The correct answer is H2. The Mach number for hypersonic flow of compressible fluid is A1, B1, C4, D2. The correct answer is 4. Boundary layer thickness in turbulent flow over a flat plate increases as where D distance from the leading edge, AD, B D23, C D45, D D13. The correct answer is D45. Mass velocity in case of steady flow and through a constant cross-section conduit is independent of the A. Temperature, B. Pressure, C. Both A, B, D. Neither A nor B. The correct answer is both A, B. The valve used for very remote and accurate control of fluid is a valve, A. Needle, B. Globe, C. Gate, D. Butterfly. The correct answer is needle. F16 Henry is valid for A. Turbulent flow, B. Laminar flow through an open channel, C. Steady flow, D. None of these. The correct answer is none of these. A mixed flow centrifugal pump A. employs such an impeller through which the flow is a combination of radial axial flow, B. mixes the two fluids before pumping them, C. pumps the two fluids separately and then mixes them, D. employs impellers in both the radial axial directions. The correct answer is employs such an impeller through which the flow is a combination of radial axial flow. In centrifugal pump operation, the cavitation can be eliminated by maintaining suction pressure, the vapor pressure of the liquid at the suction temperature, A. lower than, B. higher than, C. equal to, D. none of these. The correct answer is higher than. A rectangular surface 3x4 has the lower 3 edge horizontal and 6 below a free oil surface SP. GR 0.8. The surface inclination is 300 with the horizontal. The force on one side of the surface is here Y specific weight of water. A 39.6 Y, B 48 Y, C 49.2 Y, D 58 Y. The correct answer is 48 Y. A bed of spherical particles specific gravity 2.5 of uniform size 1500 m is 0.5 m in diameter and 0.5 m high. Impact bed state the porosity may be taken as 0.4. Ergun's equation for the above fluid particle system in SI units is given below. PL 375 x 10�3 V ohm 10.94 x 10�6 V2 ohm SI units. If water is to be used as the fluidizing medium, the minimum fluidization velocity V ohm is A 12 mm is, B 16 mm is, C 24 mm is, D 28 mm is. The correct answer is 16 mm is. One-dimensional flow implies A. Flow in a straight line, B. Steady uniform flow, C. Unsteady uniform flow, D. A flow which does not account for changes in transverse direction. The correct answer is a flow which does not account for changes in transverse direction. In case of turbulent flow of a Newtonian fluid in a straight pipe, the maximum velocity is equal to where V average fluid velocity. A. V average, B 1.2 V average, C 1.5 V average, D 1.8 V average. The correct answer is 1.2 V average. Centrifugal compressors compared to reciprocating compressors. A. Require less space, B. Have quieter operation, C. Have lower operating costs, D. All A, B, and C. The correct answer is all A, B, and C. For laminar flow of Newtonian fluids through a circular pipe for a given pressure drop and length diameter of pipe, the velocity of fluid is proportional to here fluid viscosity. A, B1, C, D1. The correct answer is 1. UMF is the minimum fluidization velocity for a bed of particles. An increase in the superficial gas velocity from 2 UMF to 2.5 UMF results in all velocities are smaller than the entrainment velocity of the particles. No change in the A. drag on particles, B. drag on column walls, C. bed height, D. bed voidage. The correct answer is bed height. Slugging occurs in a fluidized bed if the bed is A. narrow, B. deep, C. both A, B, D. neither A nor B. The correct answer is both A, B.